Okay guys, this is Ray Chen. So today we're going to talk about 11 investors' secrets of the rich. Investment secrets of the rich. Okay, so again, like my video, subscribe to my channel, click on the bell icon and leave a comment. So let's start with the first one. The number one rule of the rich for investing: never lose money. Okay, never lose money. Because we see these people, they go gamble, right? When you go gamble, of course you're gonna lose money. And when people play stock, invest in stock, they lose money too. But the most important thing is you gotta leave some money for you to be able to play again or to invest again. The number one best thing is never to lose money. The number two best thing is to never lose all of your money, right? Because if you lose all of your money, then you have nothing to show for, right? So don't lose any money. If you had to lose money, do not lose all your money. So the only way for you to not lose money is to make sure you completely understand the risk. Okay. But on the flip side of the coin is that in order for you to make a lot of money in investing, you have to invest in something that has risk, right? Because if there's no risk, there's not going to be any profit. There's not going to be any way for you to make money. But if you were to invest in something with possible risk, you have to understand the risk, right? If you understand the risk, and if you invest in something with risk, then you're still gonna be able to make money. Because if you just invest in something that has no risk at all, the return is gonna be very low, right? For example, let's say if you invest in a single family home in the state of California, in a great city, let's say in Beverly Hills, you're gonna invest the money to buy a home. You're not going to lose money. Most likely you will not lose money. But most likely, if you just buy a single family home on the in the height of the market, you're not going to make much money. But you're not going to lose money, but you're not going to make a lot of money because there's not much risk, right? Let's say on the other hand, if you invest out of state or outside the country where in the location everything is growing and booming, and there but nothing is not everything is not 100% certain, then there's room for growth, right? Then there's possibility to make a lot of money, but then there's also risk. So it's how you assess that risk, it's how much do you understand that risk. So in that situation, there is risk, but there's also opportunity to make a lot of money. As long as you understand the risk, then you will stand to make a lot of money. Okay, that's number one. Number two, you must understand the rule of supply and demand. Okay, like Warren Buffett said, right? Be greedy when others are fearful. Be fearful when others are greedy, right? So the law of demand and supply is one of the greatest indicator to help you to understand when opportunity is coming. Why do I say that? Because if let's say back in 2008, right? Nobody wanted to buy a home. 2009, 2008. Most people are staying away from purchasing a home. Everybody's scared. Everybody's fearful. A lot of people lost a lot of money in homes. So nobody wanted to get anywhere close to invest in real estate. So at that time, everybody's fearful, and there's not a lot of demand. Although there's a lot of supply, there's a high supply because there's a whole bunch of homes that the bank took back, but nobody want to buy it, right? So the supply is way more than the demand. So that is when you can buy it cheaply. Number three, Sam Zell said, liquidity equals value. So what that means is, if you want to be able to purchase something, if you want to be able to have money to make money, if you want to be able to get into good investment, you need to have the money to do it, right? Cash is king. So you have to understand when to keep cash, when to keep asset, right? So right now, all the investors, many investors, not all, but many investors are standing on the sideline. They're standing on the sideline, because they know, they're kind of waiting, because right now the market has been growing, the real estate market has been growing like crazy. So all these investors, they're holding the cash, they're waiting on the sideline, waiting for the market to change. And when the market change, because they have all this cash, then they have the power, the ability to get into the market to buy all this real estate at a discount. But if on the other hand, if you do not have the money when the market crash, then you have no money to buy it, right? Okay, number 4. When you invest, the only way we talked about some other ways for you to buy something that's like a deal. For example, we talk about supply and demand. Another way to have the ability to invest in something that's going to be a good investment is when there's no competition or very limited competition, right? Just think about it. If you go to an auction, let's say the auction item started at $10,000. If everybody started bidding, it's gonna go up to 50,000, 100,000, 200,000, 500,000, right? But if nobody's gonna bid for it, you might be able to get it for 10,000 or 20,000. So it's crucial that when you are investing in something, you want to make sure there's not that many competition. Just like when we talked about in 2008, 2009, nobody wants to buy a house, so you have a chance to buy cheap houses, right? But you have to determine, you have to understand, is there no competition because it's a good deal but nobody is daring to invest in it, or nobody knows about it, or is it because it's not a good investment? So you have to be able to differentiate that. But I'm just saying, one way to have the opportunity to invest in something that's really a good deal is you have to be able to buy it when there's not much competition. Another way to make that as a reality is to be able to get into something early when other people has not realized this opportunity yet. So this is pretty much one of the Sam Zill's investment guideline too, right? So he basically was saying that he want to make sure that there's limited competition when he go buy something. He doesn't want competition, right? Okay, relationship. So you want to make sure, like Warren Buffett said, it's better to hang around people better than you, and you cannot make, another thing he said, you cannot make good deal with bad people. So make sure in the arena of making money, you want to make sure you're doing it with the right person, and you want to make sure you have good long-term relationship, because the good relationship is where you get opportunity. Like this morning I was listening to Steven Schwarzman, the founder of Blackstone. He was saying that in the beginning of his firm, he tried to get the pension funds, the state pension funds, to invest in his private equity. So he tried to find somebody that's going to help him to break into that world. So he found a guy, I forgot his name. This guy used to be the person in charge of the Ohio Public Pension Fund. So this guy, because he came from that side, so he know like all the other people that's working in other states. So he was able to get in touch with this guy, and because of this guy introduced him to all the pension fund managers with each of the other states in America. So through this guy, he was able to raise a boatload of money, like billions of money, to his private equity company. So that's where it shows that the relationships really makes a big difference. If you're just gonna go somewhere and sell code, it's gonna be hard, because for big investment, huge investments, people want to see track record. People want to see if there's any people that they can trust. So the relationship is very important. Okay, another guideline of investing of the rich is make sure to understand or to invest in something that's simple. Okay, the business has to be simple. It cannot be something you cannot understand. For example, Warren Buffett, right? I said it many times. Look at the stock he invests in. Coca-Cola, those type of companies, everybody understand. Everybody drink a Coke, anytime anyone drink a Coke, you make money. So he doesn't invest in any of the high-tech company because he doesn't understand it. He just invest in companies that where the business model is very simple. Okay, keep it simple, right? Kids, keep it simple, stupid, right? Keep it simple, stupid. Because as long as you understand what you're doing, as long as something that's easily understandable, it will be very hard to make money, right? The reason a lot of people make money is because they got talked into something they do not understand. Okay, here's another thing. If there's something people kept telling you and you still could not understand, that means probably something wrong with this thing, with this subject, or with the investment. It's not something wrong with you. Okay. Number 7. You have to be different. You have to have a way to find out about a good investment opportunity faster than anybody else. You have to have an unconventional way of getting information or getting knowledge where you can have a leg up compared to other investors. That's the only way you can make more money. If everybody have the same information, if everybody have the same route to get to somewhere, how are you going to make more money than other person, right? And the number 8, this is related to what I just talked about earlier, of the importance of simplicity. So this one is about understanding what you're doing. Like I said earlier, you have to understand what you're investing. If you do not understand, do not do it. Okay. Number 9, there's 2 ways to make money, right? Number 1 way is you are making money when you're buying it, right? Another way is you buy it and then you fix it up, then you resell it, then you make money, right? Both of this way you can make money, but it's always a much safer bet that you already started making money when you buying it. Okay, so here's something what Warren Buffett said. Just buy something for less than it's worth. If you buy something for less than it's worth, then you're gonna make money for sure, right? So there's 2 ways to make money, like I said earlier. So for example, if you're gonna buy a home, if the home is worth $500,000, if you can buy it for $400,000, then you have nothing to worry about. You already made the money, right? Because the minute you bought it, you made the $100,000, right? Let's say the second way to invest to make money is that, let's say you bought it for $500,000 for the market price, and let's say the market increased to $600,000. I mean, the second way you can make money too, but it's just not as certain, right? But when you're investing in business or commercial real estate, there are more ways for you to create more value where you can turn around and sell the property for a higher price. So in that situation, you will get to make the profit too, because let's face it, right? In the real world, you're not gonna be able to buy something or invest in something every time for dirt cheap price. Most likely, there's gonna be competitor, right? In this situation, it's okay for you to pay a little bit more than the competitor, as long as you can get a deal. Because as long as you do the calculation and you see that after you buy it with the price you pay, you have the profit to make the room to make more profit, then it's okay to pay a little bit more than the competitor, because at least you get the opportunity, right? So that's another way to look at it. Number 10, focus. You have to focus. Okay, so we see a lot of people, they do this, they do that, they meet these people, they meet that people. Today they do this job, another day they do that job. Then we have some people today they invest in this, tomorrow they invest in that. You gotta be focused, right? Because every human being, everybody only have 24 hours in a day, right? So if you're not focused, you're not going to be able to be successful. So you got to be very selective on who you spend your time with. You got to be very selective on what you invest in. You got to be very selective, right? So the only way for you to be not focused is to hire people to take care of the business, right? That way you can still stay focused, and then you have the people that you hired help you to, focus on something else. But that's the only way I can think of. So being focused is very important. It's gonna go a long way because it's also gonna eliminate your chance of making more mistakes. But obviously, you want to grow, you want to continue to look for opportunity, but you want to have the right criteria so that you are not just throwing money into everything. You want to make sure when you invest in something, it's something that's gonna have a good profit, and that's gonna be able to give you a good return in a reasonable period of time, right? Okay, the last one. It's related to what I just talked about. Sometimes you have to pay what you have to pay to get the opportunity, right? Because sometimes you may pay a little bit more, but as long as there's profit to be made, it's okay to pay a little bit more, right? So this is what I have to share with you guys today. This is Ray Chen. Thank you for watching my video. Subscribe to my channel. Click on the bell icon and leave any comment. Okay? I'll see you guys next time.